since we've been talking a little bit here, and do some nice circles to start massaging the lower back and feel our hips on the seat. And begin to focus on just the fact that you are breathing without trying to change it in any way. And you guys know, but I'll repeat it since it's January, you can't do yoga wrong. You guys are the warriors. There's a lot of people afraid of yoga out there, but you guys aren't afraid. You are here and you know that it can help your body to move in different ways. And let's go the other way if you haven't reversed yet, the circle, and really feel what it's like as you shift from one sitting bone to the other and forward and back. Breathing in and breathing out just through the nose. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard. Like, well, I'm talking and moving at the same time, but just notice the air coming in and out through your nose. And then let's come back to center and lower our arms down by the side. And let's think of this as moving with breathing and saluting 2024, because we call these sun salutes. So inhale, arms lift to your highest, and maybe not quite there because we haven't warmed up. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Beautiful. Inhale, rising. The elbows may be bent at this point or any point. And exhale, lowering. Inhale, arms lift. Let's take our hands to our hips as we exhale. Lean forward, shoulder blades are on the back. Let's exhale, rise back up onto the bony points of our sitting bones. So right in the center. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, come back upright. So when we're upright, we can feel our head over our shoulders, our head over our tailbone. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, back. Now let's put the two together. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, flow the hands to your hips. Lean forward, shoulders on the back. Exhale, move back. Feel your head over your tailbone. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Round your spine, gaze at your belly. Inhale, lean forward, circle the shoulders up and back. Sitting bones are back, heart is moving forward. Exhale, round your spine, that's the cat. Sitting bones down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Push down through your feet. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands at the heart. So that was kind of breaking apart the sun salute. Now we're going to do it with moving one movement each way and the breath. Follow along and we'll repeat. So don't worry, we're going to just keep repeating it a few times. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Lean forward. Lean back, curl your chin in towards your chest, gaze at your navel. Inhale, lean forward, roll the shoulders back, sitting bones are back. Push down through your feet and your sitting bones. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands at the heart. Good, we'll keep going. Exhale, arms down. Reach them out to the side and upwards. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Round your spine. Gaze into your belly. Lean forward, roll the shoulders up and back. Push down through your feet and your sitting bones. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhaling, hands to your heart. I think you've got this. All right, one more and then we'll move on. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, we lift. Maybe you gaze at your fingertips. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Lean forward. Round your spine, gaze at your navel. Inhale, lean forward, roll your shoulders up and back. Arms lift. Exhale, hands at heart. Good. Lowering your left arm down. Inhale, right arm lifts up. You can hold on to the side of the chair or hand on thigh with arm lifted and maybe elbow bent to begin. Let's side bend towards the left. Open up the arm. Inhale, it lifts up and overhead. And again, maybe gaze to your right. And then arm is over ear. Now at this point, you may take the bottom arm and lift it. Maybe, or you keep the hand on the chair, lengthening through the elbow, pushing down through the feet and the hips into the chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's lower now the right hand down. Inhale, left arm lifting, maybe elbow bent. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Press down through your sitting bones. Lengthen the arm overhead. And bring the elbow back, perhaps gazing to your left. Inhale, arm up overhead. Reach to your right. Open it up. So this is kind of like that easy does it. Take the arm over the air, over the head. Reach. Push down through hips, both hips evenly. Notice you might feel heavier on the right side. So push down through the left. Open it up. Release it down. Let's take both arms forward and circle them. Big circles as we inhale and we exhale. Just let it kind of go. The elbows can be bent. You can start to straighten the arms as they lift and then open them out to the side. Beautiful. And take your hands to your knees or your thighs. Lift tall. Lift tall. Draw the shoulders up and back. Relax the chin. So it's not like this and it's not like that, but it's kind of neutral. And then swallow. If you swallow and it feels like it's tough to swallow, like if you're down like this, try to swallow. Where the chin is towards the chest. Not so easy. If the head is up like this, try to swallow. You can do it. You can do it, but it feels odd. See if you can find that place where the chin is just about right. Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear, just getting it just right for you. Then let's drop our right ear down towards our right shoulder. Relax both shoulders. Then maybe drop your left arm and hand. Let it lengthen to the side. It just releases. Feel maybe traction. And then inhale, head rises back up. Exhaling, other side. Notice one side may be tighter than the other. Relax now the left shoulder. And maybe drop the right arm. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathing in. Feeling lengthening all along the side of the neck. Maybe down the arm. Inhale, head rises. We don't have a lot of snow in Michigan, but let's draw a circle with the carrot that's on the snowman's head. So drawing a circle with your nose, essentially, for the carrot. And that should feel nice on the neck, and then circle it the other way. And then find your way to center. Let's start to open up our legs. So walking the toes in and out, heels in and out. So it looks like this. Toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. and then bring it back in. Heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in. Go back, and then let's add in hands as we do this. Toes in, elbows bent, and then we're going to kind of go up and down and with the arms. And don't worry about which way they're going. So heeling and toeing, in and out and up and down with your arms. And yes, perhaps it's a little bit of a brain teaser. Okay, so find your way to the place where your legs are open, but you're feeling a little stretch in the inner thigh, but not too much. So if you need to bring it in a little bit. If you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, then bring it out. Let's sit tall. Sit nice and tall. Angle the sitting bones down. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take your hands into cactus. Inhale, reaching the right arm up. Pull it down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, pull it down. Inhaling, right arm forward, pull the elbow back. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, pull it down. Other side. Left arm forward, pull it back. Left arm up, pull it down. Going for both now. So inhale, arms forward. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, pull elbows down. Forward, back, up, and down. Let's add in heels now. Inhale, heels rise up. Exhale, heels lower. Inhale, arms lift, heels rise. Exhale, pull it down. Elbows down, heels down. Heels up. Arms up, exhale, heels down, elbows down. Same thing, but now arms are going forward. Arms forward, heels up. Arms back, heels down. You got this. Lift, lower, heels, lift, heels, lower, arms up and back. Now let's alternate. Heels up, arms up. Exhale, lower. Heels up, arms forward, exhale, lower. One more time, lift it, lower it, forward. You got it. Now take your left arm or your left shoulder towards the right. Now roll the shoulder up and back, other way. Right shoulder towards the left corner of your room. And you can use your hand to press that thigh away. Roll the shoulder up and back. Come back to center. Let's add the arm. Left shoulder towards the right. Lengthen the left arm towards the right corner of your room. Circle the arm forward. Push down through your feet. Bring the hand back to your thigh. Now we've got right shoulder towards the left, lengthen the arm, push down through your feet and your hips. It's like you're scouting for something. Go across towards the right, bring the hand back down. One more time. So diag, search, bring it in. Diag, trace the room for whatever you're looking for and bring it back in. Walk our feet back towards each other, about hip distance apart. And let's bring the right knee in and up towards us. Sit tall. Circle the knee around and about. If you need to use both hands, use them. Lifting, circling, feeling that hip joint begin to open. We're pushing down now through the left foot. Our spine is lifted and tall. Then bring the leg back in towards you. Bring your hands behind or underneath your thigh. And then start to press the heel forward, pull it back in. Press it forward, keep your spine tall. Don't lean back like that. That just means don't bring the leg so much forward. Bring it in, press it away, maybe get a little stretch. Let's lengthen the heel down. Point your toes away from you, pull them back in, point them away, pull them in. Notice the lengthening in your leg as you point, and maybe a contraction as you pull the toes up and back towards you. First twist of the day. Inhaling, right arm lifts, exhaling, get really tall, pull your belly in and up, take the hand across the thigh and circle your left shoulder up and back. You're twisting now towards the left. You can press your right hand into your left thigh and your left thigh into your hand. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out. In breath and out breath. Come back to center. Drag that heel back in. Other side. Lift and give your left leg a big hug and circle the thigh bone in the socket. Or big old femur bone in the socket. Juice up the joints. It's winter. You might feel like you're the Tin Man. That's why we're here doing what we're doing. We got to juice up our joints. As you breathe, one more. Bring it back to center. Hug, hug, hug your leg towards your belly, towards your heart. Then bring your hands underneath the left thigh and push the heel away. Your hands are pushing into your thigh is pushing into your hands. Pull it back in. Press it away. Pull it in. Push it. Pull it in. Push it. Lower the leg down. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Point the toes away on the left leg. Pull the toes towards you. Away. Towards you. Away. You're going to feel your skin moving, your muscles moving as you point and flex. Lifting the left arm skyward. Reach to your highest. Feel your spine grow tall, tall, tall. Maybe even take your right hand on top of your head and then push your head into your hand just to get even taller. I know we didn't do it on the other side. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to take the left hand outside the right thigh, push the hand into the thigh and the thigh into the hand. Roll the right shoulder up and back as you find your twist now towards your right. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out. In breath and out breath. Feel like the breath is massaging your spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center. Stretch both legs forward. Push your heels down and pull them towards you isometrically. You can hold on to the chair when you do this, by the way. Push heels down, pull the heels towards you. You're going to feel your muscles activate on your legs. Release that. Notice how it feels to release it and not pull in. So let them just go. Let the feet flap and let them go for a minute. Now, push the heels down, pull your toes towards you, lift tall, and notice how it feels to contract the muscles. Push them down, hold on to the side of the chair, keep the shoulders back, release, let it go. Let's bring the heels in. We're going to work our way towards some standing poses now. And to start, let's work on our, even though we're in a new year, there are some things that stay the same. And one of them is chair pose. It's so important for us to do. We must do it. So guess what? That's where we're going to go. Hands on the side of the chair. You're going to gaze in. Don't lift yourself up yet. I want you to feel like you're going to lift yourself, but don't lift yourself. Curl your chin in towards your belly. Push down through your feet. Feel your feet, your heels push down into the earth, and then inhale, rise back up. It's like you're going to lift yourself up, but you haven't done it quite yet. I want you to imagine you're using your belly and your feet to lift you and not your hands and shoulders. They can hold on to the chair, but they're not lifting you up. You are lifting from here and pushing down from there. And if you want a block in between your thighs, bring it on in. Bring it in between your thighs. You don't have to. You might do the first one without it and then try the second one with it. So here we go. Hands on the chair. We're not going to push up quite yet. Gaze into the belly like you're going to lift your hips, but don't lift them. Don't use your shoulders. And release. Let it go. Now, let's try it with lifting the hips up. So you're going to lift them maybe a centimeter, maybe a millimeter, maybe an inch. Hips off the chair as we curl in. Curl in, chin to chest, push down through feet, maybe hips rise up, and then release and let it go. Moving now towards block in between thigh if you have one. Take an inhale. On your exhale, squeeze the block with your inner thighs. Inhale, release the squeeze, but don't drop the block. Exhale, squeeze the block. Release the squeeze as you inhale, don't drop the block. Now we're going to coordinate that with pressing down through our feet, lifting our hips off the chair. You can keep your hands on the chair or you don't need to. You could maybe have them in prayer pose. So here we go. And this time you're going to keep your heart up. So this is the way it looks with hands on. Push down, rise up. Exhale, lower down. If you'd like your hands in front of your heart, go for it. Push down through your feet. Pull your belly in on your exhale. Take your sitting bones back. This is a version of squat, right? Sitting bones back, back, back. They're going back, 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 and you're going down. Your hip. So what we're doing is our thighs are going down. We didn't lower down yet. Let's exhale and let it go down. Now, if for balance, you might have a chair in front of you or be doing this pose near a wall or a counter or a table. That's great. That's awesome. I'm doing it this way now so you can see. Here we get to vary our hands now. If you'd like to bring your arms and your hands forward, great. You also could have your hands on the block like this. So now we're going to rock forward and back. When we lift, the belly pulls in with our exhale. We push down through our feet. We're not curling in like that cat, but we're engaging our belly to come up. Rock forward and back, press down, sitting bones back. Take that breath in and out. Pull the belly in, take the sitting bones back, and let's exhale, release down. We're going to do this a few times for the repetition. You get to vary this. If you want to stay up longer and work on strengthening, that's right, you can repeat it. I see some of you doing it, and that's great. So you can repeat, or you can stay up a little longer in the time that we practice this. So pressing down, lifting up, sitting bones back, heart lifting, breathing in, breathing out. So the idea is sitting bones back, and we're lowering down. What are we working? We are working thighs and we are working hips to strengthen. Let's go from here now to standing as first we're in our chair pose lifted, and then we go to standing. You could have the chair or another chair in front of you. I'll bring this other chair here so you can see. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I lied, maybe a few seconds. And then, so you can see, I want you to be able to see. You can always have support if you want to play with standing from your chair pose. So here we are. And you don't have to use the block. I think I'm gonna put it down because if you're gonna focus on the chair in front of you, then you don't want the block. We're gonna lift up, we're in our chair pose. Now you have a choice here. You can lower back down, or you can stand, push down through your feet and lengthen your leg. Hi, Oscar. Let's do that again. Oscar wants to come in. Come on, Oscar, come on. Come on. All right, Oscar wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone. Okay, so we're gonna do it again, Oscar. So here we go. Sitting bones back, we lift up. Hands could be on the chair, by the way. Sitting bones back, thighs working. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, you decide, should you push down to your feet and stand? Or should you lower back down gently? That's the choice. Let's do this again. Oscar, you can't go in and out. I'm busy teaching. All right, one more time. Sitting bones back, sitting bones back. And how long should we stay here? Should we stay here 24 seconds for 2024 or maybe 4 seconds? Breathe in. Breathe out, press down, rise up. Moving towards standing poses. I'm gonna move this chair out of the way. All right, Oscar, if you go back out, you're not coming back in. It was a very brief visit. Thank you for visiting. We are moving towards warrior pose. So you guys know what it looks like to sit, but I'll show it just in case. So if you're sitting in warrior pose, it looks like this, or it looks like this. That's the seated version. Standing. You can have the chair in front of you for your warrior pose. You could also have the chair to the side of you. Here's what warrior pose looks like. Legs go wide. Push your feet down. Press them down like you mean it. Then we turn the toes out on the right side. Toes are out. Spine is tall. You can take your hand to the top of your head, just like we did when we were seated, and push the top of your head into your hand. All right, now push down low through your feet into the earth. You can release your hand. Exhale, bend your right knee over your heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is the warrior pose. Let's lengthen the leg. Let's exhale and bend the knee. Knee is going right over heel. Knee over heel. Heel under knee. We do not want the knee going forward like that where it's over the heel. Knees don't like that. It's not supportive for it. Keep that lined up. Now, hands on chair or one hand forward, gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's bring the hand back to the chair, straighten the leg, take a break. Next, we could do both hands out. So bend the knee. Option to take one arm forward and one arm back, or keep one hand on the chair. You are warriors 2024. Warriors, breathe in, breathe out, feel your strong legs. Bring your hands back to the chair. Straighten the leg, all 10 toes forward, push down through your feet. Feel yourself get strong. Maybe you go into what we call a 5-pointed star. One arm to the right and one arm to the left. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. You are a 5-pointed stars. You are stars. Exhale, lower your arms down and walk your feet back in underneath your hips. That was quite a long time to be up in that wide-legged position, whether you were seated or standing. So you choose now, if you need to sit, take a seat. If you'd like to stand, go for it. What's available for you today, because it's your practice and nobody else's. Yoga is your time to connect your mind, your body, your breath, your movement, your intention. So let's bring our feet wide now on the left side. We're going to turn the left toes out. We're going to do the same thing, grow tall, because that's what we're really focusing on, is this feeling of being an enlightened warrior. Let's bend the knee over the ankle or heel. You can always adjust your back leg, by the way. You can adjust either leg. That is your right. That's your right, right? You want the pose to work for you. You're not working for the pose. The pose is working for you to get the maximum benefit. Bend that knee over the heel. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, bend the knee over the heel and the ankle. Lengthen the leg. Feel that. We deepen. We get a little deeper in the pose. We feel our legs strengthen. And then we lift back up and lengthen the leg. It gets straighter. But we're still pushing down through the feet. We're still feeling the strength in our legs. Exhale, bend your knee. Maybe you lift one arm and gaze over your fingertips. Maybe you take a breath, take a breath in, take a breath out. Relax the shoulder. Even though the arm is lifting, relax the shoulder. Exhaling, let's lengthen the leg. Take a little break. Next time we go in, we'll do both arms, potentially, or maybe just choose one. Maybe do the back arm and not the front arm. Bend the knee, over the heel and ankle, back arm lifts, maybe front arm lifts. We're in our warrior pose. Breathe in, feel a lightness through the upper body, but strength through the lower body. Breathing in, breathing out, lengthen the leg, take all 10 toes forward. Back to 5-pointed star. So you might have the chair in front of you, but it's easier for you to see me when the chair is to the side. 5-pointed star, I see you. Yes, I think you like this pose. 5-pointed star. Now relax your shoulders down. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back as you reach right and left corners of the room. Push down through your feet. Exhale, release your hands. Okay, from here, hands at the hips. Pull the elbows gently in towards each other. That's right. Soften the knees. Let's bend the knees. Take the sitting bones back. Take the sitting bones back. Remember, you could have a hand on a chair. Sitting bones back, lean forward. Maybe you straighten your legs, maybe you don't. So your heart is moving forward, your sitting bones are moving back, and you get to be the judge of whether to straighten the legs or keep them bent. We're going to push down through your feet, shoulder blades on the back, rise up. Yes. And walk your feet back in towards each other. Standing sun salute. We started class doing those seated. Inhale, arms lift. That's right. Exhale, soften your knees. One or both, one hand to the seat of the chair. If you do this with the chair in front of you, then you're going to want to place the chair so you don't bump your head. Maybe a little bit more forward in front of you. Relax the head and the jaw. Keep hand on the chair, the seat of the chair, or take both hands down and either touch your thighs your shins or bring your hands to opposite elbows as you release your head and your jaw. Feel your strong legs push down the feet. Release the spine, let it go. Maybe let it sway right and left like an elephant trunk. Breathe in, breathe out. Breath is in, breath is out. Inhale, hands back to the chair or your hips. Circle the shoulders up and back. Push down through feet, rise up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhaling, hands at the heart. Okay, time for our lunges. So since this class is seated, standing, or on the mat, there's 3 variations for our lunges I'm going to show you. So the one seated is turning our body to the right and then dropping the outside leg, which is our left leg, and let the knee drop down. You could have your leg resting on blocks and blankets for this particular lunge, something like that. This is too high for me, so I'm going to move it out of the way. But you could build that up. Now, if you're cramping, put a blanket under your foot. I'm holding on to the back of the chair because this is a balance pose for many. And then you might lift an arm, or you might keep the hand down. You could also have your hand on another chair next to you. Then we bring the foot back in. Now, so that's a lunge seated. Let's go to the lunge standing. I'm going to move the chair this way. Hands on the seat of the chair, face the chair. Feet are hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider. We're going to bend our knees softly, protect our back. Step the left leg back. The right leg stays forward and the knee is bent. Bending knee over ankle still. See, it's still over the ankle. Back leg, we're going to bend it, bend the knee, and straighten. And bend and straighten. Now, there's a tendency to hang like that. Please don't do that. We got to keep strong through the upper body. In fact, you might just have your fingertips touching, or your hands are touching, or your elbows are down. But either way, belly's pulling in. Bend back knee, straighten. Bend, straighten. Let's hold it for a minute. We're angling the front hip back. Breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe in, I want you to feel cat. Pull your belly in. And then take your hands to the chair if they're not already there. This is also part of our pose coming out of it. Weights in the front foot now. Front leg. Step the back foot to meet the front. We are in standing. Okay, other side. So if you were seated, you're going to turn your body to the left. And here we go again. Hands on the chair. Knees are soft, hips are back. Step the right leg back, the left knee is forward. Make your adjustments with your feet. Take your time to get the pose that helps you feel balanced. It's no good if you don't feel safe. You want to feel safe. Take a breath in and a breath out. And as you breathe out, pull your belly in because that's your strength. The other part of your strength is really feeling your feet planted. So now we're going to exhale and bend the back knee and inhale and straighten it. And play with that a few times. Bending and straightening. How deep you go, meaning how much you bend, that's up to you. It's harder, perhaps the more you dip your knee down. And there we go. So bending and straightening. Now try not to lean so much into the chair. Maybe you're on your fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. bending, straightening, feel your lunge. Angle that left hip back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. Transfer the weight now to the front leg. Feel that strong thigh. And step your back foot to meet your front. And stand on up. Let's go to our version of down dog. So if you're seated, the down dog should look like this. Arms are forward, we lean forward, we've got a nice long spine. And you could have a counter in front of you or a wall in front of you and put your hands into that, or another chair in front of you. Standing wall dog with a chair or a wall. That's where it gets its name from. I got a little bug in here. Okay, hands on the chair, walk your feet back and bend your knees, hands on the chair, arms are long. If your shoulders hurt you, bend your elbows, walk in a little bit more. And then let's play with bending and straightening in our wall dog. Bending, hips back, straightening the legs, maybe not all the way, because we don't want to round the spine like that. That would be cat pose standing, which is great, but that's not what we're doing right now. So shoulder blades on the back, sitting bones back, knees bent, and then straightening. If your spine starts to round, then bend your knees again. Let's bend one more time. Press back. Feel the down dog. And then walk back in. Now, so as we move towards the mat part of this class, let's talk about variations in cat-cow, in the chair, standing, and then down on the mat. All right? So, first, you know this one. Seated is cat pose, spine is rounding like this. This is the cow pose, sitting bones back, heart lifting. Exhale, rounding this way. Inhale, rounding and lifting this way. Here's the standing version. Round spine, hands on chair, sitting bones down, belly up. Here's cow pose standing. Heart forward, sitting bones back, and your knees could be slightly bent. And neck is long, so don't do that and break it back. Keep it long. Exhale, round like the cat. Push down through your feet. And then reverse it. And then reverse it. So we're alternating from cat to cow. One more. We move down to the earth, and I want to show you cat-cow on the earth. If you're going down, then bring maybe your blanket and your block and your strap. And if you're not, then you'll stay up and do a few more cat-cows while we do them on the earth. So our weight-bearing hands are placed underneath shoulders. So you only want to go down if you feel safe going down. I like to use the chair to go down and be safe. Don't go down to the mat if it's not safe for you to get back up. So palms are forward, knees are back, round the spine, chin to chest. Here we are in cat pose. Knees are under hips. And then round it the other way. That's cow pose. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. We're going to move towards spinal balance. I'm going to show it first on the earth and then in the chair. Right leg is back. It could be lifted or it could stay down. You get to choose. We have strong hands. We're pushing our finger pads into the earth. Our shoulders are just about over our, sorry, I got a bug bugging me. I got a bug bugging me. Shoulders are just about over wrists. Leg lifts, maybe fingertips on the left hand go forward or onto a block like this, or you could have leg down, or leg up, arm up, spinal balance. Work on breathing as you feel your body calibrate. It's kind of calibrating, figuring out how can I balance here? And the crown of your head is moving forward. While you play with that, I'm going to show it in the chair just to remind you, for those of you who would like to be in the chair, what spinal balance looks like. So, and if you're on the earth, you can take a break or you could go to the other side. So for spinal balance, I'm going to do the left side now, or the alternate side. So we've got left leg forward or up, right arm out to the side. That's spinal balance seated. We're still focusing on keeping a core engaged, breathing in and breathing out. You can always lower a leg or an arm. So back to the earth. If you haven't done do the other side, leg is back. And then we'll go back and do each side one more time. So right leg back, left arm forward. You can play with just the knee could be down and you have just the arm forward. That's still spinal balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Do the other side. Last one. Leg back, arm forward. If you choose, hand on block, arm lifted, leg down. Because there's so many variations. One's not better than the other. It's how can my body benefit the most in this moment? How can my body, your body, benefit the most? Breathe in, breathe out, release it down, let it go. Find child pose. Child pose can be done in the chair, usually best with 2 chairs, but I'll show you 2 variations after we do our child pose here. So knees are wide, sitting bones are back. If your shoulders are sore, bend your elbows and relax your forehead down. If your knees are bugging you, make sure you've got a blanket under there. That's helpful. If your feet are cramping, you can put a blanket under there. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. I'm going to show you child pose in the chair. And if you're on the earth, you can move right to crescent child pose where you walk your arms to the right, because that'll give you a nice side bend stretch. So here's child pose with 1 chair. So you could do something like this and relax with your elbows, your forearms on your thighs. That would be one option. Another option could possibly be lengthening and lowering the head to just relax here. Another option is to widen your legs, be something like this, because child pose is a hip opener too. Now you could use the second chair and have your arms on that one. All right, back to you guys on the earth. We're in our child pose. And now we might take our arms towards the left, because that's what this is called crescent child pose. We're going to take our arms towards the left and get a nice side bend. So the hips are going to go to the right as the arms go to the left. Breathing in and out, and stay there as long as you want. It's a wonderful side body stretch. You certainly could do this with 2 chairs. You just have to move that front chair so that your arms can go to the side on the second chair in front of you. So make sure you did crescent on both sides of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. All right, here is what we're going to do: bridge pose on our back, and I'll show it in the chair after. So bridge pose, we're on our back, and you might have a little blanket under your head, but if you don't need it, don't put it down. We want our ears level with our shoulders. So you don't want a big thick blanket when you're doing bridge pose. It's not good for your neck. So please don't put a big blanket or pillow under your head for bridge pose. Then you're better doing another type of back bend. Here we are in our bridge. Feet are down underneath knees. Let's do robot arms. So upper arms are pressing down, elbows are bent, and palms are facing towards us. We're going to push down through our feet. Our hips are going to lift up, and then we're going to exhale and lower them down. So inhale, hips lift, feet push down. Exhale, hips lower, release it. Push down, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can elect to stay up there. I'm going to show you the back bend in the chair. You can elect to stay in your bridge, keep your hips lifted for a breath or two, or you can come down and lather, rinse, repeat, and do it again. Here's what bridge looks like in the chair. Hips are on the chair, hands are back. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers wherever you put them. They could be here and they could be here. Shoulders are up and back, heart is lifted, back of the neck is long. This is a beautiful back bend. Shoulder blades are coming together. Try not to push your ribs forward as much as shoulder blades are on the back. Breathing in and breathing out. And breath is in and breath is out. So you can get the benefit of the back bend either way. Let's come on down for number 4 pose. We're on our hips. From bridge pose, our hips are down. We're going to bring the knee in towards us and then cross the ankle over the thigh. Press your thigh away from you with your palm, with your right palm for your right thigh. If you're already feeling a hip opening, stay there. If you're not, pull the knees in towards you until you feel a stretch in this outer hip or inner thigh. You can weave your hands in between the triangle and around to pull the left leg towards you and try to keep this right foot flexed. Breathe in and breathe out. So your foot might be down or your knees may be pulled in, and that's again making the pose work for you so you get the best hip opener. Now, just to refresh you, number 4 in the chair. So you guys on the floor, you can switch to the other side or stay there for a little bit and let that hip open. Rushing these poses is not a good idea. You've got the power moves classes to move faster, but with the yoga, we really want to feel the pose. The benefit of the yoga is to feel the sensation of the moving and to allow the body to kind of soak into the pose and let the pose sink in. Let it sink in. So for number 4 in the chair, it looks like this. If this is too much, you could put your foot on a few blocks like this. That would be an option if this hip needs a little support, or maybe it's just one block or no blocks and it looks like this. Or I feel like I sound like a seal, or it looks like this. So back to on the mat. If you haven't done the other side, do it now. Taking your time. And then from there, you'll go to happy baby pose. So happy baby, rolling right and left and right. Massage the spine. Hands can be on the inside of the legs, the outside of the legs. What's best for your body? I think that chair might be in the way. I gotta check that out. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. So from there, put your feet down and let's stretch our legs long and our arms up overhead and lengthen through our toes and our fingers. And then release and let it go. And again, reach long, toes forward, arms back, reach like you're on a stretcher, and release. Let's find our spinal twist. Bring the knees in towards you. Big hug. Let the knees fall to the right. And then your arms can go into cactus or T. Now, if this is too far for your knees to fall, you can always put a blanket under here so that they don't fall as far. You can also keep your knees down kind of away from you rather than towards your chest. So down or towards your chest, you're going to feel an opening in the front of the body as well as that opposite shoulder releases and relaxes. Now you can put a blanket or a pillow underneath this arm and shoulder to, it gives it the arm something to rest on, and it won't be as intense on your shoulder or the front of your shoulder. It's really not intense on your shoulder, but you might feel an opening in your pecs and across your collarbone. And then the head may or may not turn the opposite way of the knees. Make sure you take several breaths here. This is not a rush. And then when you're ready, you switch sides. I'm going to turn the other way so you can see it. We did do a twist in the chair earlier. You are welcome to take another twist in the chair. Twisting is so good. If you're feeling stagnation, you know, we got to get things moving in there. And in the winter, it's easy to get stagnated. So unless you have like something where you're not supposed to be twisting, like severe osteoporosis, you really want to be careful with that. But otherwise, make sure you find your twist. So, and breathe into your twist. And you can always adjust. You can always adjust and not do the twist as deep or as moving just a little bit less into it. Feel your breath as you soak in the benefits of your twist. Breathe in and breathing out. Begin to soften and relax your breath. So we're releasing and softening. For the final pose, you could have your knees supported with a bolster underneath them. Or pillows or rolled blankets or rolled yoga mats. You could have something like this. People love that for their back. You could have your legs up a wall or feet and shins relaxing on a chair, or you could be seated in your chair. Or traditional Shavasana, there's nothing. Your legs are flapping open, a little bit wider than hip distance, feet are flapping open, arms are down by your side, and back of the head is resting. You might even cover yourself with a blanket. Once you're there, stay there and soak in the benefits of your Shavasana, your resting pose. Very important that you don't rush your Shavasana. Resting pose is considered in yoga to be the most important pose. That's why you really want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. You could stay there 30 seconds, a minute, a few minutes, 5 minutes, all the way up to whatever is good for you. In my classes, I like to give 10 to 15 minute Shavasana. That's because then you're really going to feel refreshed after the class. And it gives your body time to recalibrate and really absorb the benefits of what you just did. So I encourage you to find time for Shavasana, even if it's not now, do it later. And take some soft breaths in and out without controlling them. Just let them happen in and out through the nose, lips softly touching. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Really let the body just be without controlling it, no matter what it's doing. And of course, you move if you need to, but you might feel a tremor or some spasticity. Just rather than reacting, feel it and let it go. Each breath, a new breath, a chance to begin again. So I'll end our time together, and I'm here for questions afterwards or comments. So you can come to seated or stay right where you're at in your resting pose. With palms and heart center, we bow in and choose 3 things that if you are thankful for on this January 4th, is it 5th? Might be 5th. Breathe in and breathe out. This day, this moment, this class. You have to excuse me, I flew home on a midnight flight yesterday, so my brain is still trying to figure out what day it is. With much gratitude for our time together once again in 2024, wishing you a fabulous Friday and weekend. And I am here for any of your